after Claressa was, I guess, suspended for alleged marijuana use. Okay. And apparently they tested her, they did a mouth swab and found that it was present for like a small amount of weed. And then she said when she found out, she immediately went and took a piss test and it came up negative. So she's right now fighting to clear the allegations. Okay. And so we don't know if she was smoking. We don't know if she came in contact with somebody who was smoking. We don't know if she ended up taking, a vitamin that has CBD or something in it, because a lot of nurses lost their jobs from taking vitamins that had, hidden, I guess, herb in these vitamins and stuff like that. And so we don't know how the marijuana got in her system. We don't know if she smoked it or anything like that. But one of my team members decided to get messy because they supposed to sound like me when they posting. And that's why y'all be like, is this Tasha posting on her page? Who's posting this? Are you posting in third person? What's going on? So when we posted the video of Claressa, man who's married, because she is technically dating a married man, which is a mistress, which is she's a champion and a side bitch at the same time, no allegedly, okay? He's still married to Remy, and you are very much thirsty, okay? Like I said, this is my formal apology. My team member decided to say, dang, after Papoose is out celebrating Claressa's win, in Hawaii, the side chick popped up. Don't tell me that Papoose had her out in I think they said Papoose had Claressa out in Hawaii smoking weed after his side chick popped up or something too. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what are you doing?
This isn't some messy gossip you scroll past. This is the kind of story that tightens your chest the longer you watch it unfold. And once you're pulled in, there's no looking away. This situation didn't blow up overnight. It crept out slowly, painfully, right in front of our eyes. What we're seeing is the public unraveling of an image built over years, cracking piece by piece for everyone to witness. And why does it hit so hard? Simple. Nobody involved is shielded anymore. Every name tied to this story is being exposed in real time. What started as quiet whispers and slick side comments has now exploded into something massive. Screenshots are circulating. Private messages aren't private anymore. Legal threats are flying left and right. Forced apologies are coming out. Long-standing friendships are breaking under pressure. When you trace the timeline and watch closely, one thing becomes obvious. This isn't random drama. It's layered, messy, and pulling more people into the chaos. And at the center, Claressa Shields in the boxing world. Her name stands for dominance. She's undefeated.
And her being in Hawaii with Papoose, right? And Papoose's side chick allegedly popped up and said, I'm in Hawaii saying pretty too. Now, Remy Ma has already spilled the wine on Claressa not being the only one and how desperate she's been over having Papoose by her side. I mean, she is, what do you call it? Like the greatest fighter, whatever, boxer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not negating what she's done, but she's obviously number one in her class. And so she's been winning a lot of belts, and she's that chick, right? I wouldn't want to fight her. I'm gonna stay in the house. I ain't getting out of the car.
Disciplined, focused, and known for absolute control in the ring, her brand has always been built on strength, confidence, and preparation. For years, that image felt untouchable, earned through sweat, sacrifice, and nonstop grind. But outside the ropes, that control seems to be slipping. Her personal life has allegedly spiraled into chaos, filled with emotional strain, broken trust, and shifting loyalties. And it's all playing out in public view. Once private conflicts hit the spotlight, they stop being personal. They turn into content. They get dissected, judged, and twisted by strangers. That loss of control is exactly what makes this feel dangerous. What pushed this past gossip was how fast it crossed over into real-world consequences.
Did you know Claressa sent me a cease and desist? Y'all probably knew because she was in the comments on my video saying, okay? And so here's what I'm going to do in terms of the cease and desist. So my lawyers have been going back and forth with her lawyer. And we've been trying to figure out what was actually said that was defamatory. Now, there was one thing that I did see that was mentioned that could be grounds for any type of lawsuit, but we have since corrected that. And so let me tell you what happened, right, before we get into the specifics of why we're here. All right, because this is my formal apology to the GOAT.
These weren't harmless rumors or casual dating chatter. The claims being made could ruin reputations, derail careers, even put freedom on the line. The moment lawyers stepped in, everything shifted. This was no longer online shade. It entered legal territory. Behind the scenes, legal letters were flying. Conversations went from feelings to liability, from opinions to consequences. This wasn't clout chasing anymore. This was the kind of conflict that ends up in court, where every word carries weight. Then came the moment that stunned everyone. Someone described as a close friend didn't whisper, she detonated the situation publicly. The allegations were shocking, deeply disturbing, involving claims of underage relationships, pregnancies during fights, abortions, and decisions made under extreme pressure. True or not, these accusations instantly changed the tone. Jokes vanished. Doubt turned into discomfort, because once allegations this heavy are spoken, you can't unhear them, and the damage lands immediately. What started as whispers about a love triangle quickly exploded into a full-blown public spectacle. Suddenly, it wasn't just feelings or heartbreak. It became a chaotic storm involving a married man, his wife, an alleged side relationship with a fiancé, and carefully crafted public images now shattered by leaked private messages. Overnight, the confident, untouchable image of Claressa Shields cracked.
On her being in Hawaii with Papoose, right? And Papooses side chick allegedly popped up and said, I'm in Hawaii sitting pretty too. Now, Remy Ma has already spilled the wine on Claressa not being the only one and how desperate she's been over having Papoose by her side. I mean, she is, what do you call it? Like the greatest fighter, whatever, boxer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not negating what she's done, but she's obviously number one in her class. And so she's been winning a lot of belts, and she's that chick, right? I wouldn't want to fight her. I'm gonna stay in the house. I ain't getting out the car. I ain't coming out.
Screenshots painted her as emotional, vulnerable, even desperate at times. The internet reacted mercilessly. Context disappeared, nuance was ignored, and every piece of drama was twisted into the harshest narrative. When Tasha K entered the scene, the heat went through the roof. Captions were rewritten, statements walked back, and apologies started circulating. Lawyers got involved, and once receipts hit the table, there was no turning back. Screenshots don't vanish. Messages don't disappear. The digital world never forgets. A formal apology followed, carefully reviewed by legal teams, correcting a single potentially defamatory claim. But that moment marked a turning point. This was no longer gossip. This was exposure with real consequences. Every new allegation built on the last. Claressa Shields, once untouchable as an undefeated champion, suddenly faced relentless scrutiny. Her achievements, years of discipline, and hard-earned reputation were no shield against online judgment. The drama intensified when her name became tied to Papoose, who was still married to Remy Ma. This wasn't casual dating chatter. Every player had something at stake: reputation, leverage, control. Honesty became secondary. Survival was key. Allegations weren't exaggerations. They demanded legal attention. Screenshots circulated privately. Messages were forwarded, and the pressure kept mounting. The storm didn't stop there. Claressa faced multiple sources' attention: Remy Ma, Papoose, Tasha K, and finally, the most dangerous voice of all, a former close friend. When someone who claims to know your life intimately speaks out, the impact is immediate. Serious accusations involving exploitation and trauma emerged, shaking even skeptics. Claressa was no longer just a champion under criticism. She was trapped in a narrative she never chose. Questions arose. Why now, after all these years? Revenge? Anger? Or a breaking point? The simple love triangle story collapsed. What remained was a tangled web of power, image, and positioning. It started small, just a calm and a leak, but the fallout was massive. Private messages surfaced showing people speaking as if no one was watching. The internet reacted instantly, mercilessly, reducing Claressa Shields' life to cruel sound bites like undefeated in the ring but lost in love. Complex realities flattened into one humiliating line. The Hawaii incident added fuel to the fire. Claressa allegedly appeared there with Papoose, while another woman claimed the same. Remy Ma hinted Claressa wasn't the only one. True or not, public perception flipped. Claressa was no longer just a partner. She was part of a messy, volatile situation, with Papoose still married. Jokes quickly turned into labels, and labels stick. Another apology followed, confirming the story crossed the line. Apologies in these cases don't erase damage, they underline seriousness. Once career-impacting claims surfaced, everything changed. The marijuana allegation was especially dangerous. One test could alter a champion's future. Teams panicked, captions were edited, screenshots archived, lawyers consulted. This was no longer content, it was survival. Tasha later clarified the marijuana claim was false, apologizing for its presence on her platform. The language wasn't emotional, it focused on legal risks and costs. Calculated, not heartfelt, the apology revealed the stakes. Meanwhile, the internet kept digging. Old interviews resurfaced, messages were re-examined, receipts became weapons. Claressa's team insisted allegations were false, citing possible errors or contamination, but the public reacts instantly, not patiently. The former best friend's claims hit even harder. These weren't minor embarrassments, they reframed her entire life story. If even partially true, the consequences would be massive. Claressa stayed mostly silent, letting strategy outweigh emotion. Silence became her shield. Public focus shifted from truth to motive. Why were these claims shared now? Motive determines credibility, and credibility had just weakened. From that moment, the story transformed from exposure to survival. Claressa's image was under pressure. Tasha became legally cautious. Jada appeared isolated. Papoose stayed silent, and Remy Ma's silence spoke volumes. The audience shouldn't feel entertained. They should feel the weight of tension. When everyone protects themselves, the truth rarely comes out clean. This isn't just celebrity drama anymore. It's about leverage, image, and control. The loudest voice doesn't survive. The one who knows when to stay silent does. And that silence, it's not peace, it's power. What do you think? Did Claressa handle the storm the right way, or was the damage already done? Comment below with your thoughts. Smash that like button, subscribe for the latest updates, and share this video so no one misses a single twist of this explosive story.